Hello, I'm Pam Hoffman, Everyday Spacer.
I'm Jeff Miller, 2049 Outfitters.
At Everyday Spacer, we show regular folks how to personally and directly participate in space exploration, science, and astronomy. We are here on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 a.m. Saturday in London, and 5 a.m. Saturday in Germany. We're broadcasting live from Thousand Oaks, California. Thanks so much for joining us. Today's topic, we are going to talk about Astronomy Rewind. We'll be back in 6.8 seconds to tell you more. Astronomy Rewind. Help us create a database of astro-referenced old astronomy images. That is not easy to say. Tonight, Jeff was taking us through this website and showing us how to mark up these images so that they can be placed on a publicly viewable sky map. Jeff, take it away.
Okay, if you could share the screen.
Yep.
Thanks. Okay, as you can see, it's another Zooniverse. You'll recognize all of the classical Zooniverse stuff. Astronomy Rewind. And this is their second workflow. So they've done this before and they're doing it again. Don't know if they did the same project before because I didn't see it before. But this about, classify, talk, collect, etc.
And I've added the link to the chat as well as it's on the screen right now.
Cool. Yeah, because the screen isn't clickable.
No.
No matter how much you hold your mouse up to the screen.
Oh, hey, Cliff. Thanks for
Hi,
joining
Cliff.
us. Yeah, Soggy, I heard about the rain again.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, man.
Okay, so we go down that page a bit, and there's actually two workflows in this section. Multiple sky images with axes labeled and sky images without axes labeled. And you do two different things, for the two different batches. So they broke it up, and we'll talk about each one individually. And this is the typical images, although theoretically there are some Hubble type images in there too.
Okay.
And other more recent images, but I think a lot of the stuff is from old astronomy texts.
Got it.
But it's only, as of Tuesday, it was only 33% complete.
Cool.
So there's still a bit of work to do on this.
All right.
And this is a little bit about it. Basically, it's an ongoing NASA-funded effort aimed at turning the SAO NASA Astrophysics Data System, ADS, into a data resource. Basically taking all of these old images and marking them up so that they can be searched. And more importantly, what they're doing is they're placing them to scale on a sky map.
Cool.
So as you scroll around the sky map, these images will show up. And probably, oh, hello.
Hey, Paolo. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. You got this. Yes, we're working on it.
Yep. So yeah, I would assume that some of the more popular objects will have like a whole depth of different images on it.
Oh, okay.
Which will be interesting, if you wanted to find all the image on a specific object, this would be the place to do it.
I like the historical aspect of it. You can see it in, various phases in some cases.
And these are all the groups, and I will have links for them later. But if you go on the website, you can just click on them.
Hello, Daniela. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hello. Okay, we go into the about, and basically reiterating what I said, their goal is to make a holistic map of images of the sky extracted from ADS literature. And here are some links here. They're not really useful for you looking at the screen, but if you go to the website that was up there and is in the chat, you'll be able to click on these.
I'll flash it again.
Yeah.
Let's see if that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the website Jeff is talking about. You'll find those links as well in there.
Yeah. Worldwide Telescope is where the results are going to be showing up.
Cool. Hey, Daniel. Welcome.
Yeah. Hi, Dan. Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Watch where you would like, Daniel. That's perfect.
Yeah. Okay, and this is the actual workflow. They're taking historical images, also astrophysics data systems information and astronomy image explorer information, as well as recent images, and putting them into a bucket that we'll be dealing with.
Okay.
And for images that don't have any location or scaling on them, they get dropped into astronomy.net. And apparently
that's astrometry, I think.
Astrometry. Yes, you are correct. Astrometry. Where apparently it does essentially uses facial recognition type of software to figure out what the thing is, so that they can figure out where in the sky it goes.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, match it up and then put it to scale in that thing. Yeah. But
things with scaling, we deal with, and we tell it what the scales are and stuff like that.
Alrighty.
Then it gets shoved back into the astrophysics data system and astronomy image explorer, and then that gets stuffed into the worldwide telescope.
Cool. So that there is the big map program that they're creating. Okay.
Yeah, this is the result. And there should already be some good stuff in there, so you might want to check out Worldwide Telescope, because, like I said, this is the second set. This is the second workflow.
And let me type that in so you actually get the world. You said worldwide?
Yeah, Worldwide Telescope.
Let's put that in right now. Yeah. Worldwide Telescope. There it is.
Yeah.
If you need the link, let us know. We'll find that and drop it into the comments at some point.
Yeah. Okay, and this is the team. And of everyone here, this is the only actual astronomer. We have a director of publishing, journal's data scientist, an IT specialist, and doctoral candidate for basically School of Information, which means computer degree.
Okay. Sounds like database work.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So this is the only actual astronomer here, but hey, they're all working at doing this and setting this up. And here are those links where you can see them. You can type them in yourself, or like I said, go to the website, go to the About page, and at the bottom of the About page are all of these links right here.
This website, folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
And so I figured I'd get started. And I'm going to go through each one of these two workflows just to show you how they're different. And so we start off with the tutorial where they, welcome, showing you what you should expect to find. And since, this is the one with multiple sky images with axes labeled.
Okay.
So you find the images, you box the image, and there's different colors. There's like 6 different colors. So you can put a box around each different image. Then you box the label that goes with that image.
And you match the color to the information to the image. Okay.
In this case, that label goes with both, so you can see both a red and a green box around there if you look really closely.
Ah, okay.
In fact, here, let me. Oops.
Here, you can zoom in a little bit, right? Yeah.
I'm going to zoom in. See, you can see that there's 2 different colors there.
Cool.
And then next, you mark on the axes the top number and the bottom number, and the innermost and outermost numbers
for both like the X and Y axes.
On the X and Y, yeah. And the purpose for this is so that their system can properly scale the image.
Okay.
And then the next step. And they just repeat this image. I'm assuming they meant to show you that you actually typed in the number for each of these. Mm-hmm. But they didn't show that here.
Yeah, and I remember when you were going through it, you actually had a space to type into.
And I'll show you that eventually too.
Right, yeah, that's coming soon.
Not on the first set. But we'll talk about that later. And then this is just showing you in the tutorial, this is what your result will be. The image that they marked up here ends up right there.
That's that publicly viewable sky map project that they're
that's Worldwide
the
Telescope.
outcome, what you're going to ultimately be helping with.
Yeah, that's Worldwide Telescope right here.
Nice.
And so here's the field guide. Just gives a little bit more information. Talk about right ascension, declination, galactic longitude, galactic latitude, because they could be labeled either way.
Oh, okay. So along these axes that. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And here again, this is in the field guide. If a figure has axes labeled with the word offset or relative alongside them, then it's not a sky figure, and is instead blah 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 a graph. So sky figures is what they're looking for. Graphs, not so much, although they still want them, but they want sky figures with labels.
So I think in general it's a big sorting job, which things are which. And
now some images are sky figures with graphs on them.
Oh, okay.
So it does count as a sky figure.
Okay. Got it.
And again, here's a sky figure with scale bars. Don't include the scale bars, just include the image and then mark the scale bars. And so this was the first one that I got. This is the one where the axes are labeled. And what do we find here?
No axes.
No axes labeled.
So it got put into the wrong project. It sounds like. Okay.
Yes. So go back here and hey, look, you just click no axes labeled.
Got it.
And
again, it helps them sort them out.
Yeah, exactly. However, it got kind of frustrating because this was the next one I found.
Same thing. No axes labeled.
So I figured, well, since we're getting ones with no axes labeled, let's try looking at the ones with no axes labeled.
Okay.
And here's their. Oh, hey, David.
Hi,
Long
David.
time no
Welcome. Very technical. Well, to a degree, I suppose, the images themselves, but the task itself is just to help them sort.
Yeah, it's not that technical to do, but it's really helping them with the technical back end.
It's a little bit involved, but it's not super hard.
Yeah.
Some of these are a little bit harder than others.
Because, to show you how difficult it is, this one image here, this one page, is the entire tutorial for the flow without labels. Axis labels.
Okay,
so
that's it.
That's your tutorial. Yep. Go team. And this is the field guide, which just basically talks about it. So it doesn't have this, and they want you to mark off where the image is.
Question from David. Thank you. Just wondering if it's at your audience level. Yeah, I think so, David. And Jeff has some more examples of what the actual task he had tried out when he was looking into this particular project.
As you saw, the previous batch wasn't anything to show you because they didn't have any axes. And so I kind of gave up on those. Then I came back yesterday just to see if I could find, and of course, everyone that I found yesterday had axes labeled. So I was able to make a couple of good examples to show you guys.
All right. Daniel says, maybe some unidentified aerial phenomena will be better correlated too. Not sure about that part. I don't know that they really address unidentified aerial phenomenon.
No.
In this. It's just these images.
I suppose if something was flying through a telescopic image, it might end up on one of these shots, but
could be a different project though.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any yet.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking,
Okay.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Daniel.
And here we're showing that these do go on astronomy.net.
All right, David. What it encompasses is fluently explaining it. Okay, yes. Right. I think when Jeff gets to more examples, it'll become clear.
Yeah. Yeah, when I get to examples that actually mean anything, And here are two examples of sky figures which contain overlaid graphs and sky figures. Again, as long as there is an image in there or a figure, that's what they want. They don't want something that's just a graph. So, and here we go. And this was the first one that I found.
But this was the batch that said no. These are images with no label on the X and Y axes, right?
Yep. Yeah, this was a bad day.
I think they just got into the wrong project. These are images that got into the wrong project.
Yeah. And it's possible that by marking them, no applicable, that they will then sort them into the correct project.
Right. It's a big sort job.
Yeah. But in this case, there were actually some on here. So I was able to mark some of these. So, these were graphs anyway, but these images I've marked.
And you used 3 different colors.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Each image has to be in its own color. And hopefully there aren't more than 6 images on the page.
Okay.
And so here was the next one that I did. And again, it's got axes labeled. So
in the not axes labeled category. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, after getting like a bunch of images in the axes labeled section that didn't have axes labeled, and then this section having axes labeled, I kind of gave up for that day.
Okay.
Then I came back and, hey, look, axes labeled. This is the axes labeled section. Axes labeled. So I chunked these through. I didn't have to check any of these. Now, there's a couple things going on. When you mark each of these, and each time you mark one, they have you type in what it is. So like this one's 30, this one's negative 30, or no, this one's 60, negative 60, but this one it's 30. I did this one up so that you could see them all marked, and then I showed this one. As I click on it, it has you type it in. So that's how they know what these things are.
So you draw the box. If it has labels, you help to delineate the areas of the label, and then you type in the numbers of the label.
Right.
So it's really just 3 things on the labeled axes project, and just boxing them in the non-axes label.
And then there's another step after this. So I got all of these marked. Hit next. Now they ask you for the labels for the axes. Like here it's showing you, and here it's showing you, and these don't have any. So I wasn't able to show you that. But here's one that does have some. You see. So these would be the next set that you type in there. And then I went to no labels. And hey, what do you know?
No
My
labels.
images had no labels. So yesterday was a much better day. Basically, if what I saw holds true, don't do this on Tuesdays, do it on Thursdays.
Okay.
Or Wednesdays and Fridays for you guys in Australia. Whatever. But here it shows I drew a box for the box, and in the same color as the image, I drew the text below it that references it.
Okay.
Because that way they can keep them together.
Got it.
And then I just hit done, and that's it for this section. If you want something that's easy to do the if you want something that's easy to do the non-labeled axes.
Just boxing the images, basically.
Yeah, it's just making boxes, just like I showed right there.
Okay.
And then you're done with that image, and it takes you to the next one.
Yeah, I really love that this is going to take all these historically, informative images and put them into one big, huge project that is going to be accessible by the public.
And in fact, it's currently accessible. What's been done so far is on Worldwide Telescope.
Woo! Yes. Thanks, David.
Yeah, and like I showed, even the labeled axes isn't rocket science. I mean, it's just, you learn it, you pop them together. And oh, hey Cliff.
And yeah, I was interviewed on Ticker earlier this week, and so oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. Cliff and David are good friends, so that's how they can get away with that. I think David's wonderful, but actually Cliff too. Thank you so much both for being here.
Well, Cliff can get away with that because Australia is a big country.
Oh, right.
And David has to drive a long way to have a discussion with.
Got it.
To have a face-to-face discussion with Cliff.
All right. So if you have any questions about that, let us know. We'll do our best to answer them even after the show in the comments in both YouTube and yeah, Branson flies. I saw that. I think it was the one-upmanship thing going on.
Yeah, he had to get up there before Bezos.
As soon as Bezos said, "Hey, I'm gonna fly," it's like, "Damn, we gotta get on there," because they've been trying for years to. Yeah. They keep saying next year for a while now. I think. Right?
And Elon's probably gonna go, "Oh hell no."
I think he'll just do it, and then they'll be like, "What happened?"
I actually expect him to just say, "Nope, not me."
I don't know. We'll see. He's a pretty busy guy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so at this point in our show, we usually tell you about what you can see in the night sky this week. That is July 2nd through July the 9th. The moon is 22 days old today. The new moon is on July 9th. Yeah, David met him in New York. Oh, very cool. And that is who you met who? Richard Branson? I'll be curious to know. Let's see, where were we? And the new moon is on July 9th. July 3rd, Venus and the Beehive cluster are in conjunction. You want to look west after sunset, but don't wait too long because this stuff sets as well. July 4th, of course, here in the United States, it is our Independence 4th of July holiday.
And viewing will be very dicey that day, depending on where you are, with all of the flashes doing great things to your night vision and the smoke.
Yeah, yes. I usually go and look at stuff, and it's like, to me, that's the show. Oh, look at there's a planet, and there's a star. Anyway, July 8th, Mercury and the moon are in conjunction. The moon is 28 days old. It will be a very thin crescent moon right before the new moon, so that may be hard to see. Mercury is visible naked eye, though, and you want to look east immediately before sunrise. See if you can find that crescent. That's kind of hard sometimes, but Mercury will help. July 9th, we're back to our Friday night show and the new moon. Short and sweet. That's our week for what you can see in the night sky.
Mm-hmm. And so if someone you know has done something, you or someone you know has done something interesting involving space exploration, science, or astronomy, this is obviously the first time I've ever said that section. We'd love to share our live. Oh, Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. Oh, thanks, Cliff. Yeah. Yes, right. Wally Funk. Yeah, and Daniel says, if the moon is in the sky over Thousand Oaks, try to. Oh, very cool. And that's a ham radio thing, right, Dan? Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody, for all the wonderful comments. Really appreciate that. Yep.
So join us again next Friday on July 9th. I'm actually traveling. Well, I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when actually, I do know when I'll be back again, and I'll stop singing.
Assuming they don't change your itinerary again. Yes.
But my mom's going to be 83. Happy birthday, Mom. So Pam will be doing the show all by herself. And she will be talking about measuring light pollution.
Oh, yeah. This is a really cool project. You can actually go out, take a look, or use your device and send in the information. They'll collate the reports and tell everybody about the light pollution levels in certain areas. This is a really cool project. Yep. And it is not a Zooniverse project.
Yes. Okay.
So, yeah, come on back next week. I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah. And Pam is working on bringing in more guests. Sarah Treadwell is scheduled for July 23rd, which will be after I get back. So that'll be good. Valerie Stymek-Bailey, Grant Blaisdell, Chelsea Goad. Is that how
I think so. We'll find out.
And Sherry J are all in talks with.
Yeah, we're negotiating when to bring them in, and some will be taped and some will be live. Come, don't say good day. Good day. Yeah. Thank you so much, Cliff. Really appreciate that. So yeah, we'll hang out for just a second for any more questions. We know that there is a time lag between when we say it and when you hear it.
Mhm.
So yeah, come on back next week. And actually, Jeff is going to be gone for the next 2 Friday nights.
Mhm.
I will be here doing this, and he'll be in Michigan, so it's going to be really, really late where he is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be doing stuff with my family, so I don't think I'll be able to get on here except maybe not. I know Friday, this upcoming Friday, I won't be doing it because on a jet plane. But
Yep.
the next Friday, I might, depending on what I'm doing with my family, be able to at least get in the comments.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, everybody. We really appreciate you being here and love all your wonderful comments, even if we don't always understand them. But yeah, we will be back again. I'll be back again next week, and I hope you can join me too. So long.
Bye-bye.